fresh prolonged war after a period of 20 years. The war began with Samswara's invasion of Vengi. Rajendra was too old to lead the army in person and therefore sent his trusted general. An indecisive battle was fought at Kaladindi. There was an interlude during which Rajendra died and Rajadaraja I succeeded to the throne. He continued the war and defeated the Chalukyas in the Nyakataka battle. The Cholas wanted to press home this advantage. They advanced to the Chalukya territory and set fire to the fort of Kulpak. On the western front, the Cholas sacked the palace at Kampali, defeated the enemy in the Pundur battle, and the same fate of Kampali befell on the Chalukyan capital. Samswara was not the person to lose heart at the reverses. By about 1050, he was able to free his country of the Chola forces. He compelled the Vengi ruler to pay homage to him and sent a successful and daring expedition to Kanchi. The Cholas retaliated, and in the battle at Koppam 1050, Rajadaraja lost his life. Rajendra II however continued the war and won and created a pillar of victory at Kolhapur. The war did not stop here. To revenge this defeat, Samswara continued the war but was defeated in the battle at Kadalasangama. Samswara was preparing himself for a renewed fight with the Cholas. Unfortunately, this could not be realized because Samswara, who was suffering from an incurable disease, ended his life by drowning himself in the Tungabhadra river at Kuravati on the 29th of March 1068. In his North Indian expedition, Samswara was comparatively successful. He overthrew Paramara Bhoja in 1055 and defeated Lakshmikana of Tripuri. By these moves he extended his power along the southern districts of modern Madhya Pradesh into Kosala and Kalinga, and imposed his sovereignty on the Nagavamshi ruler Dansha of Chakrakuta. It is worthy of mention here that Prola I Kakatiya assisted Samswara in his wars against Konkana and Chakrakuta. Samswara II. Samswara, who held the title of Bhuvanaikamala, succeeded to the throne in 1068. He was the eldest son of Samswara I. Soon after his accession to the throne, the Chola king Virarajendra renewed the war. But a bloody war was averted by a truce concluded between Vikramaditya VI and Virarajendra. The latter also gave one of his daughters in marriage to Vikramaditya. Thus it looked as if, writes K. Nilakanta Sastri, the eternal feud between the Cholas and Chalukyas had at last come to an end. Vikramaditya thus became almost an independent ruler of the southern half of the Chalukyan Empire. Vikramaditya was thus preparing the ground to oust his Brotiecha. Virarajendra died in 1070 and Ahirajendra succeeded to the throne with the help of Vikramaditya. Soon there was a popular revolt in which the Chola king lost his life. The Vengi ruler Rajendra united both the kingdoms and succeeded to the Chola throne under a new name, Kulotinga I. Being baffled by this development, Vikramaditya now tried to win over Samswara's feudatories, Jayasimha, his younger Brotiecha, Kadamba Jayakeshi, the Hoysala chiefs, Vinayaditya and Eriyanga, the Ukingi Pandya ruler and the Devagiri chief supported the claims of Vikramaditya. When his position became hopeless, Samswara sought and obtained an alliance with Kulotinga I. The combined army clashed with Vikramaditya at Nangili, in which Vikramaditya was defeated. Kulotinga pursued the enemy up to the Tungabhadra and brought Gangavadi under his sway. However, Samswara fell a prisoner into the hands of Vikramaditya and the latter proclaimed himself king in 1076. Samswara was equally unfortunate in his North Indian expedition. He made a confederacy with Karna of Gujarat and was able to defeat Jayasimha, the successor of Paramara Bhoja. But this victory was only short-lived, for Paramara Ujjaditya with the help of the Chayamanas drove Samswara out of Malwa. Vikramaditya VI 1076–1126. Vikramaditya VI is known as the most distinguished ruler of the Chalukya dynasty. He marked his accession to the throne by founding the new era called the Chalukya Vikrama era. It not only abolished the Saka era but became a model for some of his successors to found eras in their own reigns. The new era was used throughout his dominions during the reign and was continued for about half a century whereafter it fell into disuse. Viewed in terms of his achievements, both in the field of battle and in the realm of policy, Vikramaditya undoubtedly stands out as the most illustrious ruler of his dynasty. Vikramaditya's long reign was comparatively a peaceful one. He had fought many wars prior to his accession to the throne.